The Lakers get the win against the Bulls tonight, 117-115. Hello and welcome to Lakers Live pregame show presented by Big Baby Sports. I'm Aaron and I'll be your host this evening. Again, filling in for Jonathan tonight. I am joined by Manny. Manny, we love a win. A win is a win. Might have not been the greatest win, came down to the wire. What did you think about it?
Look, it was a little lackluster, a little lazy, but a win is a win, like you said. I know it wasn't pretty because it was a 2-point win, 117-115. But good news is, even though it was a sloppy win and it was a win, we overtook first place because the Clippers took an L as well. So it's encouraging.
Yeah, I mean, we turned the ball over still too many times. We talked about it a lot in the pregame show, and about paint production. We had a point where Chicago, I was saying about we got to get the points going in the paint, not being aggressive enough. We got killed in the paint in the first half of the game. Like if you look, it was bad. It was all bad. Montrezl Harrell though, got to give it to him. He stepped up big time tonight. Looked great. Had a good stat line. His was let's see, not it wasn't too bad. Double digit points. Can't ask for much more than that.
Yeah, absolutely. I said in the pregame show that the bench needs to step up, and shout out to Harrell, man. He did what he had to do. He got 17 points. He got 14 rebounds, 7 for 13 from the field. But, the fact that he scored 17 points off the bench, that's the Montrezl Harrell that we saw. Yes, it was on the Clippers. Yes, we don't like the Clippers. But, that's the sixth man of the year Montrezl Harrell we saw last season. He was dominant scoring. He was getting his boards. He was shooting at a high percentage. And Kuzma, he didn't take many shots. But even him, he looked okay. Even though he had 6 points, he shot 2 for 3 from the three-point line. Very good. And shout out to Caruso. I'm only saying this because I'm biased towards him because Italian and everything. But 3 for 6 from the three. He shot 50% from three. I'm very happy with that. And Talen Horton-Tucker shot 3 for 5. Jared Dudley came in. Yeah, he had only 1 rebound, but he was 14 plus minus. The bench was very encouraging. Very impressed with the bench.
Yeah. Let's talk about your guy, man, LBJ. Let's revisit. He was your player of the game. He came just a little short. I think you talked about 33 points, but still great efforts from the King tonight.
Absolutely. Even though he didn't get 30 points, he got higher than 25. I said he has to get 25 and higher, and he did that. He got 28. Yes, he didn't get the 11 assists that I predicted because of all the open shooters we had. But he had 7 assists, 7 rebounds. He might have shot 0 for 5 from 3, but that's something that I'm not very impressed with because he took too many threes tonight. But he was 11 for 21 from the field. That as well is very good because that's half as well. Half of 21 is 11 because 11 plus 11 is 21. So that he shot 50% from the field. Very good. And another great stat that the Lakers did that I'm very impressed in. We started off the game 20 for 20 from the free throw line. We didn't miss 1 free throw. Great job, you guys. Great job.
We started great. I think by far that's the best free throw shooting we've had in quite a long time. Even I don't think there was a game last year. If I got this right, Lakers Nation, help me out on this if I don't. But I believe this is the first time we've shot this well for free throws for having as well as we went probably in a long time. So, I give it props to the Lakers there. It's great. I'd like, you can look at LeBron shooting threes, there's games that, I think he's reading the defense a little too much or he's getting a little too cute, as they say, is, you're getting too cute. The ending of the game, we'll get to the highlights in just a few minutes. But, too many, I still think too many 3-point attempts, not enough showing of the offense, inside more. We definitely still need to step up our game there.
Oh, absolutely. I noticed a lot of open looks as well from the Bulls. And the thing is, I believe I said in the pregame show that we need to contain Zach LaVine. We're lucky we didn't lose tonight. I guarantee you, if we didn't shoot that well at the free throws and we didn't shoot good at the 3-point line, we would have lost this game because the game plan for me was to Zach LaVine to contain him, and we did not do that. He got 38 points. He shot 4 for 7 from 3 and 14 for 22 from the field, and he had 6 assists. And Wendell Carter Jr. as well. I needed Marc Gasol to show a little bit of assertiveness and did not. I wanted him to absolutely just get on Wendell Carter Jr. a little bit because we know he was gonna body, we know he was gonna score, and I don't know. I'm Marc Gasol for watching this, which probably not. I'm on your head right now, bro. Like show up, please, because if it's 20 games and you're not showing up, I'm gonna call for you to be traded.
Yeah. Let's go to the game recap. So let's go back and look at this game. This was definitely one of those games where, we need to take a look at these highlights here. We started off well. Not too, it was okay. I think we had a period of time where, we literally just sat there and, we looked lackluster at times, I'd say.
We looked very lazy. Look at this. Zach LaVine, like I said, in the paint. We just let him dunk the ball. No defense. We didn't try there. Come on, guys. But LeBron, look at the attacking he did right there. Just laid it up and in. Barbecue chicken, easy. Zach LaVine again. We didn't contain him. I mean, we got the win, but we should have contained Zach LaVine.
Exactly.
Look at this. Marc Gasol jumped too early.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at this too easy. Way too easy. Zach LaVine, I got to give it to him though. He shoots lights out, man. You called it earlier that in the pregame that you said he's their biggest threat, and that dude can just flat out shoot.
He is such a threat. I mentioned that he won 1 or 2 slam dunk competitions. We gave him a fast break, I think, in the game. I don't know if they're going to show it in the highlights, but that happened. Yeah. But THT and Kuzma was about to see 2 of threes to be at the buzzer. Very good. I'm very happy with that. That was unfortunate. Yeah. We did everything we could on Kobe White, but
yeah, if you're gonna hit it, you're gonna hit it.
Absolutely.
That one you can't do nothing about it. If they're gonna lean into you and they're gonna shoot over you, I give it to them. It's a tough shot. LeBron, man. What can you say? You can't even guard that. Nice.
Absolutely.
And then we got THT under the window. Look at the Harrell, man. I said everybody needs to step up. I said Harrell needs to get going. And look at that. You finally saw Harrell tonight, with 17 points today. Really big push for the bench.
He really showed one of my biggest knocks on the Lakers this season that we had lack of aggression. Montrezl Harrell showed a lot of aggression in the paint, and he even took some nice shots in the twos. I was very happy with that.
Yeah, I'm okay. You know what, Montrezl, he has a great style of shooting. He can pull up with his little jumper. He can pull out his hook. It's just, he's such a versatile player. Look at that. LeBron, when you see an opening like that, I'm shocked they didn't actually try and go after him and foul him, hardcore foul him. So, that's shooter's role. I mean, what do you expect there? LeBron, again, I think he was starting to I think he had moments in the game where he says, you know what? I'm going to fake it like I'm going to shoot the 3. My 3 is not falling right now. Let me make the better pass. So, yeah, not acceptable though.
Unfortunately, right there, Wendell Carter Jr.
A breakdown defensively, Look at it again. Opportunity, defense isn't set, and then and then it's if you're going to give it to him, if you know that he has an easy bucket, don't even try and foul him when he's going to bank that in. Here's LeBron again, man. He's barbecue chicken on this shot. There's just some shots with players you're not going to touch, like LaMarcus Aldridge. His jumper, his fadeaway jumper. You can't guard that. Then here he is on the other. Chicago makes us pay again. Lackluster defense. And I think, when LeBron is shooting inside, I think he just needs to shoot a little bit more inside. I don't think some days his legs are fully under him. But, here he is making the great hook. You get a little hook shot from him. I like it. All right, paint production's there. Okay, Gasol, be a pit bull. Why weren't you there lower? Nobody was talking there on defense. It goes back to the little things. If you're playing defense and you're playing man, you have to talk. You have to know when to switch. And I just think we look lost here. No one was everybody was late. LeBron was late. They noticed Lakers were scrapping to get there to the ball hole, and they took full advantage of it. And again, late to close out again, they're going to make you pay.
It's unfortunate, but Gasol wasn't trying to be the rim protector, but you see right there, Harrell, his shot, like you said, very good. And then look at Caruso. I said he can shoot. He did two straight buckets like that. I was going nuts when he did that. And then look at Harrell right there, just fighting in the paint and scoring. Like I said, we got to show aggression. Harrell's been showing aggression. He has not had the lack of aggression. I'm not going to get on your head today, Harrell. You've been good. And then that play right there, and one by LeBron. He was physical too tonight.
Oh yeah, he LBJ is LBJ. You should typically at least get 25 points from him for the night. And I think eventually, the second half begins. I think he'll turn it up a little bit more, and their legs should be under them by then. So, definitely you could see how we struggled big time without AD there. We could have, it just puts pressure on everybody else. You got to step up. You can't turn the ball over either. Another sloppy pass. And there's possessions there that Schroeder, could have gone right to the hole, passed it. Stop going for the extra pass, man. Don't go for the extra pass. You don't need to do that.
I agree. It's so annoying when that happens.
Yeah. That's okay, you're going to go for it. Keith is wide open. Sure, that's great. Again, nobody's talking. Nobody's guarding. That's a give and go right there.
It's my issue. Nobody's guarding LaVine. Nobody's going on LaVine. What did I say in the pregame? To be on LaVine, and we did not do it. We're lucky that we won.
Yeah.
And look at this. Harold, bro, are you a statue or are you a basketball player? Are you going to watch it, or are you going to watch him, or are you going to try to block him? Come on.
Yeah.
But look at LeBron. There's nothing to be said about him, man.
You're not touching it.
He's just so good. It's crazy. It's crazy that people when people say LeBron is not the best player in basketball, it's just beyond me. It's just beyond me that people say that he's not the best player in basketball. He can do it all.
That shot right there, Caruso couldn't have done anything, but wow, what a gimme right there. That's just called out hustle right there. That is called out hustling the center. Their big guy, literally Schroeder rode right past him right there, and this basically iced the game. A win is a win. We'll take it. But definitely, it was one of those games where you got it done. Maybe not the best, not terrific number still, but a win's a win.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I was gonna say, when Schroeder did that thing that we saw, that was your guy that you picked before the game, and Schroeder didn't disappoint. He played very, very good. 5 for 11 is not the best field goal percentage, but he did have 17 points and 6 assists, which is very encouraging. And for him to do that gimme right there that we saw at the end, he didn't make the free throw, but he helped us ice the game. Shout out to Schroeder. He's having a very good year.
That is something typically you would not see. It's something. It's very odd if you're going to see that kind of issue. I think a few years ago, the Lakers were playing the Hornets when they were still the Hornets. Now they're the Pelicans, and then the Hornets came back. We all know the story. And I think it was an inbounds play, And it was one of those plays where it was one of those situations where the game was coming down to it. And I think it was New Orleans was faked out because they weren't set up right on defense. And the Lakers threw the ball to the backcourt, and Kobe got it and ran right past the guys and went for a dunk. And everybody was just unbelievable because they were talking a little bit about that today, how much of a comparison it is when you're going to outrun the other opponent, go for it. If you have speed over, versatility, and vertibility, it's going to win all the time. We have, let's see, I can't wait for Sunday. Yes. For those of you that haven't heard, John will be back on Sunday, and we look forward to having him back. Look forward to it, bro.
Rest in peace to your dad, John. Can't wait to have you back Sunday. That's for sure.
Exactly. But we got to look at the overall game. It could have been better. With the turnovers, I'm not too. I'm in the middle of it a little bit about it tonight. We had plays that turned into turnovers because we were trying to make the extra pass, and then there was a play at the end, or there was a play, I believe it was in the fourth quarter or so, that LeBron and Gasol were just not seeing eye to eye. And it's just a little concerning. I don't know about you. I'm a little bit concerned about that chemistry right there. Maybe it was just they're just off, out of sync tonight. Could be fine for Sunday, but do you think it's anything to worry about?
I mean, I already gave my opinion on Gasol. He's
in general,
he's disappointing me like crazy. And yeah, I agree with you there. That I don't see any chemistry at all between LeBron and Gasol. It doesn't look right at all. We should have kept McGee. Rob, you did amazing moves for the Lakers, but the one move I gotta knock you on is the McGee and Alfonso McKinney trade. Like, I would have no issue with this if McKinney would actually be getting minutes, but we traded away possibly our best rim protector for a guy who's not even playing in games. Like, I think I only seen him like in 2-3 games in all the whole year playing garbage time.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those games where you're gonna see, look, we could say that Jared Dudley played the most minutes he's probably played, and that's obviously due to the fact that Davis wasn't there either. But I was hoping to see a Dudley 3. We didn't. But let's just talk about Dudley for a minute here. Dudley came out there on a pit bull on defense. Like, that dude, no matter if we need him to score or not, he comes out there, gives you that energy, and I think that's what really helped the Lakers really bear down. And I think he's that kind of guy that gives them that momentum.
Oh, absolutely. He might be 36, 37 years old, Jared Dudley, but he's fast. He's really fast on the court, and he brings so much energy. Yes, he didn't take a shot today, but like, just his presence on the court, and even his mentorship too, is very underrated. Like, think about the mentorship he's going to do with Kuzma, but since they play both the same position, they're both small forwards. So if Kuzma gets better, we got to shout out Jared Dudley for that, because he's probably one of the best mentors in the game for sure. And like, LeBron loves him, AD loves him. Like, there's a reason why a lot of Laker fans, including us, all wanted Dudley to come back, because we're like, look, he's not someone who's going to show up in the score sheet, but mentoring, he's like king in that one.
Yeah. Jared Dudley, mad respects to him. I think it just shows that it's not about the money. It's about being around a great franchise. It's about being, having teammates and have a fan base too. Like, our fan base is terrific. We have the best fan base in basketball here and, around the world. But, I just feel like he's at a point in his career where he just says, you know what, I'm going to stay here. I don't care how much money it is. I just want to help. This is a perfect example. This is exactly what we needed tonight. As we look ahead to Sunday, we get to face James Harden and the Rockets. It's James Harden is James Harden. He's going to come out regardless of what's been going on with him this year. You know what happens when he plays the Lakers, and we've known that for a long time. Is he likes to be aggressive, and we just got to look ahead to the next game.
Absolutely. That's going to be probably our biggest test since opening night, because James Harden, whether you find he's a drama queen or if he's going to get traded or not, he's still one of the best in the game by far. And we know he's going to have a big game just because, the Rockets don't really have a winning record right now. They're around 500. Trust me, against us, they're going to want to show up and show out because. And there's another guy I want to mention on the Rockets, John Wall. He hasn't played in 2 years, and this year he's actually looking pretty good. And I was a big John Wall guy when he was on the Wizards. He was really good. They look like they're a pretty good pair. I was a little skeptical about it because I'm like, really, James Harden? You wanted to bring in a guy who hasn't played in 2 years on your team? But then I'm seeing that chemistry is okay. And another guy on the Rockets too that I want to get into. Christian Wood, he's a very good young power forward. He was very good on the Pistons last year, and he's looking pretty solid on the Rockets this year. It's going to be a big battle on Sunday.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle. We play Lakers play the Rockets at 4:00. They are in Houston for the next game. It's going to be they're hungry. Houston is hungry. They don't forget what happened to them in the playoffs. We've learned that. We know Lillard took exception to the Lakers beating him. We know what's going to happen when you play teams that you beat in the playoffs. They have that little bit more energy to just come out and say, okay, you're the defending champs. Now I want to go kick your butt.
That's the point. Like what I said before, that's why all these teams want a piece of us, because we're the defending champs. Their goal this season, 29 out of the 30 teams, is to dethrone us. But I don't think it's going to happen. Our team is very deep. If we end up getting a rim protecting center, whether it be Whiteside, and shout out to one of my boys on Twitter that mentioned to me Mo Bamba. The Magic aren't going to really use him much because they got Vucevic, and Vucevic is an all-star. So he's not going to be a starting guy anytime soon until Vucevic maybe regresses. So if we can make a trade with the Magic for Vucevic, I'd be cool with that if Rob would do that.
That's not a bad trade at all. So the Lakers, hang on tonight, get the win. Be sure to tune in for a Lakers Live pregame show on Sunday starting at 3 p.m. West Coast time. And from Manny and myself, take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your night tonight, guys. Take care.